Hello everybody and welcome to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. A cross-conference matchup in week number 1 between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Rams. It is a sun-shining September afternoon in Inglewood. Looking forward to a great game between two postseason favorites last year. And the Houston Texans, who ended up getting a huge victory in the wild card matchup against the LA Chargers. And the LA Rams, who ended up getting their own win over the 14-3 Minnesota Vikings last year. And then both teams fell quietly in their divisional matchups. Texans ended up losing to the eventual AFC champions, and the Rams to the eventual NFC champions as well. So these two teams, quite a bit in common. Looking, though, for different results in week 1, both eyeing a victory in the opening game of the 2025 season. Glad to have all of you joining me here today. Looking forward to another good one. We are back in business. Joshua Carty with the ball and the team will get us started, and we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And a return will be taken here for Houston. This is Dameon Pierce cutting inside the 25-yard line down to the 26. And here comes C.J. Stroud, ready for his opening drive of this 2025 campaign. What a quarterback he has been, seemingly breaking the Ohio State quarterback curse recently with his consecutive postseason appearances and victories as well, both as the 4 seed. Looking to continue that trend here. Maybe he was a higher seed, though, in his 3rd season. What up, SM? Eagle, Santorio, LaShawn, everybody else joining me throughout, and here we go. Stroud from the shotgun on 1st down and 10. We'll hand off to Joe Mixon, cutting it inside and taken down by McCullough. It's a 1-yard pickup for the former Cincinnati Bengal, who was battling injury quite a bit last season. And now we bring up 2nd and 9. Stroud from the empty. At the 27-yard line now. Dropping back, sets his feet, checking this one down the middle of the field. That'll work out nicely for the 1st down. And let's see if this is Christian Kirk. I believe it is. The former Jacksonville Jaguar now making his way over here. Going to have to play a big role in the absence of Tank Dell this season, who will likely not return for a handful of weeks, at least in the beginning. So for the moment, going to be C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins that are going to have to get going off the play action, and Stroud is taken down. It's Spates. Omar Spates with the sack and a 5-yard loss on the play. Uphill battle coming up now for the Houston Texans. What up, Notorious Potato? What up, Anthony Clark? Hoping my boy Puka has a big game today. He is going to have to. No more Cooper Kupp, although they did add Devontae Adams. We will talk about that later. But right now, it is the Rams' defensive line that is shining bright, and that is going to cause 2nd and 15 for the Houston Texans. A run-heavy formation and a handoff to Joe Mixon, who, again, going nowhere. Omar Spates again. Remember that name. He'll be a big factor this year on the defensive end for the LA Rams. Bryce Young throwing dots to Tet today. That's got to be a good sign as a Carolina Panther fan. Love to see that. Texans going 5 wide here on a 3rd and 15. Low snap is controlled. Just a 4-man rush, and so Stroud steps up in the pocket. Knocked away, incomplete. Omar Spates again denies Christian Kirk what could have been a touchdown. And a linebacker with a sack, a tackle, and a pass breakup on consecutive plays. How about that? Like the Rams bowled out today, I would agree, as would most of the pick'ems. Tommy Townsend on for the punt today. And he will get this one up and away. And a fair catch called for at the 22-yard line will bring out Matthew Stafford towards the end of his career. But what a career it has been. Spent most of it in Detroit, although won his most accomplished trophy here, which was the Super Bowl title in '56 against the Cincinnati Bengals. And he rides with that one ring, looking to double up here in his mid-30s. And the Rams' opening drive will begin from the 22-yard line with one less face and one new face in town. And a handoff here is going to Kyron Williams, a very underappreciated and underutilized running back with a 5-yard pickup, taken down by Florenzo Faticasi. T-back and Xavier Leggetti. I still don't know how to say that name. I'll probably say it different every time I say it. Going to be a problem, though, in the NFC South, I would agree. Who'd have thought trading your only online men would cause problems? O-line, yes. Stafford now with a bunch formation to his left, off the bootleg, and firing this one deep down the field. Got Davante Adams, and he continues to do great things out west. How about that for your first catch as a Ram? Matthew Stafford not shying away from his new wide receiver one, replacing Cooper Kupp, doing so wonderfully. Deep first down catch of 26. Well, how about it for the Rams? What up, Chili? Talk about an electric start to this one. That's how you open up the game. Rams moving now into Texan territory. On the first down catch here is Kyren Williams breaking free into the second level. A great rush of 20. And the Rams offense starting to fluctuate offensively through their running and their throwing. Dual threat offense type of team out west. Looking beautiful so far. Just the beginning. Sean McVay had envisioned here. In week number one, Matthew Stafford back through the air, going deep towards the end zone. And a dangerous pass to Tyler Higbee upended. And that result is an incompletion, fortunately. For the LA Rams, could have been dangerous, and that is also good for the Texans to stop the bleeding. Went up John Ziller, showing up the new bear down emotes. Members only. There you have it. This time, Williams will stand to the right side of Stafford and act as a blocker now as a receiver. He will receive the check down, turn around, and pick up yardage into the red zone. An 8-yard gain. Yeah, added another new emote as well. Added a Fly Eagles Fly. So these 4 emotes, as you see right here, now the 4 that you can get if you are a member. Stafford back under center here, third and a lengthy 2 yards at the 19-yard line. Give it back to Kyren Williams, rush number 4, and actually that's number 3 is a first down. Forgot his previous touch was actually a completion. Rams drive continues regardless, though. Never called Matt LaFleur Fat Lemur? That's a great question. You got to ask him that for sure. Stafford now from the gun at the 16-yard line. 4-man rush coming at the top of the screen. Hauled in by Puka Nacua. And there he is. Couldn't stay quiet for very long. Calls in his first completion. Appreciate it, Chili. Throw this in the pinned comment real quick for those newcomers that join and those that have not been here for very long. Much appreciated, though. It's a 7-yard pickup for Puka Nacua. Matthew Stafford back to it from the 10-yard line. 5-step drop, fires this one down the field, and it's dropped out of the hands of Davante Adams. Good hit. Down the middle, trying to see who delivered that one. And it looks like it was C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That's another new face here in the Texans secondary. Only new starting defender. What up, EG Pro? Should be a good one, though, defensively. Houston forcing another 3rd and short scenario here from the 10-yard line. Backs against the wall. Stafford will fire this one complete to Nacua. Run in the wrong direction. He will lose a yard. And a good stop there from Houston. Tackle is made by Derek Stingley Jr., and the drive comes to a close at the 10. That probably means they're still dominating us. Yeah, that is fair. That is a good point. Joshua Carty on for a 27-yard chip shot here to open up the scoring in Inglewood. Kick on the way, and it is good. So a nice drive there for Matthew Stafford. Started out with a couple bang-bang plays. A 26-yard catch for Davante Adams, followed up by a 20-yard rush for Kyren Williams. And then after that, started to fizzle out, fizzle away. It ended up resulting in a field goal. No complaints, though, with points on the board and a lead as well. More than happy to just take that. Baked Bean back in chat. What's good, Baked Bean? Anybody else feel like Houston head coach is playing Madden IRL? I love that. And a return here for the Houston Texans. This is Braxton Berrios, another new face in town. On the return up to the 22-yard line. Not a very good introduction. Going to the OKC game tomorrow. Going to be electric. That sounds fire. Yeah, up what, 3-1 now? Somebody said they were 0-7 in road games and covering the spread. I find that very interesting. They battle it out, though. Texans back to it. Rams house on their feet here at SoFi. Extra blitzer coming. Stroud fire this one downfield, wide open. Christian Kirk, the former Jaguar, into enemy territory at the 44. And Stroud responds with his own strike. And that one good for a 44-yard pickup to the 44. Flipping the field. And now Joe Mixon is going to act as a receiver. Sideline passes on the money, right in the hands of Nico Collins. Good toss from Stroud. Drive continues with another moving of the sticks, an 11-yard pickup that time from CJ. Talked about him breaking the Ohio State quarterback curse. Justin Fields looking to keep that trend alive in East Rutherford now. Maybe all it takes is a new surrounding for him up and east. Handoff here's to Joe Mixon. Another 5-yard pickup into the final minute of the quarter. Deleted Discord because of storage on my own phone. Got a huge upgrade this weekend, so I might get it again. Let's go. That's fire. Game 4 versus Denver we covered. You may have. Spread's always different, though, so it's hard to track that manually. C.J. Stroud under center. Texans in the I formation. And a handoff to Joe Mixon looking to bounce it outside. And again, Omar Speights says, not today. 3rd and 1 coming up. I'm smelling an Omar Speights strip sack. That's what I'm smelling. Not sure if anybody else is catching a whiff of that, but that's what I am thinking is coming here. Final play of the opening quarter and a big one. 3rd and a yard. Stroud is hit as he fires, but it's complete anyway. Up the sideline, complete to Dalton Schultz. And that will take us to the end of one. It's a good ending for Houston, but it's a lead for Los Angeles, 3-0, heading into the second quarter. What up, Josiah Hernandez? Got a Rams fan in the house. Love to see it. Second quarter is underway as we switch sides of the field here to begin the final 8 minutes. Up top, that pass is caught, running near the line to gain, and going to be just short. See who that is. And that is Jaden Higgins. That is the new wide receiver in town for Houston. Out of Iowa State, the Cyclone. Pretty close to home in Iowa. Good to see him get his first catch of his career. Handoff here is to Joe Mixon looking for the end zone, and he has got it with the dive. Houston leads on the road early. Joe Mixon in the backfield, getting the short handoff and doing the rest himself. And that is a TD to open up the touchdowns here in Inglewood. What up, Ruiz? Fairbairn is on for the extra point. Looking for a 4-point lead on the road. It's up, and it is good. Texans convert after a deep ball to begin the drive to a new target in H-Town. 7:40 left to go in the opening half. Good time to remind you, if you have not yet already, drop a like on the stream. Already got a lot of people in here. Something around 17. Glad to have you guys back after a night off. I missed you for sure. We were busy yesterday up in Cleveland. That's going to happen when you host the Dodgers. Sellout crowd. Crazy good atmosphere. Shohei went yard first pitch. It was quite fun. But very busy. Glad to have an off day today. That is for sure. Probably around 950 miles from Houston to Des Moines. I wouldn't call that close. Well, I mean, geographically, I suppose. And a return here. Taken by the LA Rams up to the 27-yard line. Going to take a shot in the dark and say that's Ronnie Rivers. I don't even think he's on the team anymore, so might be wrong about that, but it is what it is. What up, Lav? Spell Devontae Adams touchdown? I bet you do. Lav is ready for tomorrow's game between the Ravens and the Bills. Sunday Night Football should be an all-time classic. Ravens looking for revenge after the AFC divisional round last year, ending in tragic fashion, and so will this play. Daniil Hunter, a 4-yard CFL. Wow. That's a big-time play. What up, Nat? Used to watch a lot a couple years ago. I appreciate you joining back here. Tyler Higbee now and Tutu Atwell stacked up at the top of the screen. Devontae Adams in motion. And now Kyron Williams is in motion. A lot of pre-snap movement, and a check down is caught by Devontae Adams. Everything changed before the play. It'll work out, though, beneficially for the LA Rams. Ravens-Bills is going to be great. Last year, though, we were robbed. Lamar actually got hurt for most of the first half. Came back in half number 2. But Devin Leary really didn't help the rookie quarterback. So, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, 1-2 in the MVP race last season. Squaring off to begin week number 1. Check down here is caught by Higbee. Up to the 42-yard line. He moves the chains. Thought for a second there he dropped it prematurely. Thought he pulled a Calvin Johnson in the end zone, if you know, you know. But that'll work out for a 9-yard gain. That was Devin Leary. Close enough, though. 6 minutes to go now in the opening half. 58 yards to the end zone. Will Devontae Adams get a target here? After a deep catch earlier, he will down the middle. And it's a great first down reception up to the 46-yard line. Better put a royalty on every touchdown. I like that. See, I just can't invest $300,000 for 10%. So I'm out. That's pretty much what Lamar Jackson said in the first half. I can't play on one leg. Long story short, I'm out. Stafford here from the empty on a new set of downs for the LA Rams, looking for the lead back, and that pass is caught with one hand by Puka Nacua up the sideline, a 21-yard gain. Whoa! And we will most certainly demand a replay from that one. I'm not sure we'll get it, and we will not, but we deserve it. What a catch from Puka Nacua. Helped him rotate his hips quicker, I guess, whatever works out. He and Devontae Adams going to be some two-headed monster at wide receiver 1 and 2. Here at SoFi Stadium. That pass, though, going to Tutu Atwell. Can't forget about him. A 12-yard pickup of his own. Up to the 13-yard line. Another 1st and 10 coming up. Brown starting quarterback probably going to be Joe Flacco. I've heard Kenny Pickett from Mary Kay. That's our local reporter. I just don't think that'll happen, though. So time will tell. We'll see. Stafford now from the 13-yard line, looking for his first touchdown of 2025, connecting with Nacua, finding to the end zone for the touchdown, and the Rams steal the lead right back. Big play for number 12. Have to wait a little longer, though, for Devontae Adams. Good pass there from Matthew Stafford, and a terrific drive, all things considered, hitting multiple targets, ending up with a touchdown. Games joins us back with a $5 dono, my guy. Can't wait to see Ravens game tomorrow. Always so happy to see the stream. So glad we could have this one tonight. And I appreciate your generosity. Thank you very much. And I will let you know where you rank now in the all-time dono list, because you are getting up there, my friend. Josh McCarty on for the extra point. And Carty puts the Rams back ahead of field goal after a 7-play, 72-yard, 3-minute, 21-second drive. All right, let's take a look. That is my, I believe, 115th or 116th all-time donation. I went through and counted a couple days ago. So very much appreciate it from everybody that has contributed along the way. And with that $5 dono, Games is going to move from 9th to 8th all-time, passing eggs off. Up to $15 total donated. Very much appreciate it. Once again, should have been Devontae Adams. He will have his shining moment later, I'm certain. Back to it are the Houston Texans again, trailing on the road, and a decent return up to the 28-yard line. We'll see Joe Mixon and C.J. Stroud return after a nice touchdown drive. Looking to replicate that here midway through the second quarter. I see BYU number 12, I think of Puka, but when I see Rams number 17, I think of Puka, but not Devontae Adams. That is fair. That is completely valid. Yeah, it's going to take a while to get used to Devontae Adams in blue and yellow. That's for sure. Houston defense cannot hold. And they are back down. A field goal handoff. Here's to Joe Mixon hitting the exterior. Up the sideline, tilting the rock across midfield. A terrific rush for the former Bengal. And already, you blink, and they're in enemy territory. Seems like we might have a shootout on our hands tonight. We've been due for one of those. It is a beautiful thing. That is fair. Didn't have to get used to it for very long, though. That's for sure. Over 6 yards to carry early on here for Joe Mixon, and this will hurt his average. No gain that time. That was a good pursuit from the defensive line. Looks like that was Puna Ford going to be replacing Bobby Brown III as he was let go this season. Kind of pushed him outside there for an eventual tackle for Akello Witherspoon. No gain as the end result. 6-man rush, and Stroud is taken down by Byron Young. Rams get home. Who's going to be an underrated in fantasy this year? If I have to be honest, I feel like a lot of rookies might be criminally underrated. Don't be surprised if Ashton Jency is a first-round pick in many of your 14-man leagues. Just saying. Jackson Dart, okay. Fair shout, fair shout. I don't mind it. And that sets up a 3rd and 19 to go. Long way here. And a screen pass set up to Joe Mixon up the sideline, though. Got some room, and it's going to work out. Can you believe that? Wow. Rams brought too much pressure up the strong side. Straddled up and down weak side and convert. Thought for sure that was a play to just get their punter in comfortable formation, but the drive continues. How about that? That's wild. And now a rush-heavy formation left. Going to be a tight end attack. Terrific blocking. Stroud going to step up and take it himself. A 10-yard pickup. Not even sure how that's 10 yards. He started sliding at like 27. Gabe's eating it up, though. Yeah, a successful screen. I think that warrants a check off the bingo card as we have hit the 2-minute warning. Haven't had a chance to breathe really here. It has been electric play after electric play. Texans, though, trailing by a field goal. Looking to tie or preferably take the lead here. Inside of 2 minutes in the opening half. Stroud will check this one down. Complete. Brevin Jordan up front picks up 9.5. Threw screens too much during football season. Weren't you a punter? That was you, right? How many screens does a punter really throw? 2 backs in the backfield here. On a 2nd and inches, play clock winding down to 2 seconds. Stroud takes the snap from the 16, goes sideline. This is hauled in by Nico Collins. Good catch. Mixon going to go off if he stays healthy and gets a functioning O-line. That is fair. Their O-line also has to stay healthy. They were brittled with injuries at the end of last year. Kind of why I'm shocked they beat the LA Chargers, but ran out of gas against the Chiefs. Nearly an offside there at the top of the screen. Clean play thus far. Pass down the middle, hauled in by Christian Kirk. And he will take Houston to the 1-yard line. Punter, QB, safety, and kicker, but who's counting? Okay, so you just play everything. The all-around kind of guy. I like it. The toolbox, the junk shed, whatever you want to call it. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Another handoff to Joe Mixon. This time he walks in untouched for his 2nd touchdown. All right, Joe Mixon starting to feast here. For those fantasy watchers out and about, Joe Mixon again. Same side, same result. Touchdown number 2. Houston back ahead on the road. We got Travis Hunter Jr. before GTA 6. We must. We really must. GTA 6, by the way, how expensive and how much storage will that be taking? Can't imagine. Mixon is having a great fantasy day. Academy Fairbairn is on for the point after. And he will tack this one on, reinstating a 4-point Houston lead. So back and forth we go. 3 consecutive touchdown drives after Houston started with a punt and the Rams started with a field goal. So glad I didn't have to deal with Joe Mixon in the north now. That dude is lethal. He was pretty good. Don't think he ever unlocked his full potential. And truthfully, he was never the best back in the AFC North. Maybe a little bit from like 2016 to 2017. But even then, I'm pretty sure Le'Veon Bell was balling out. Once Le'Veon Bell passed the torch to Nick Chubb, Mixon was always running back 2 in the north, but still a baller nonetheless. Rams now with a chance to respond. Braxton Berrios is on the return up to the 24-yard line. And 34 seconds remain in half number 1. All right, yeah, but as previously mentioned, the pick'em split today, 14-13 in favor of the Rams, so a huge swing no matter who wins this one. Rams are 3-point favorites according to Vegas in week number 1. Rams have all 3 timeouts here, 34 seconds to work with though. Matthew Stafford going to have some deep passes like that one, although they will have to be converted. Derek Stingley Jr. in coverage, celebrating more of an offensive miscue than a successful defensive play. He'll take it nonetheless. 2019 Mark Ingram was unmatched. Okay. That's fair. He was in his bag, wasn't he? Devontae Adams is in press coverage here. On 2nd and 10, something to keep an eye on. From the 24-yard line, although Matthew Stafford never had a chance to see him downfield. Will Anderson Jr. with the sack. What up, Lugo Productions? Feels like a whole family reunion back in here. I miss one day and everybody comes back like I died or something. I'm here for it, though. Glad to have you back. Texans will take a timeout. I'll take the Pacers in Game 4. I think the Pacers win in 7, though. How about that? 6-yard sack, and Houston now wants the football back, depending on field position. Handoff here is to Williams, minimal yardage gain, and Houston takes their second timeout. 4th and 14. Houston does have one more timeout and about 20 seconds to work with here at the end of the drive. My pick may come down. The Bears just to finish above 500. Rough week 1. It's been a rough week 1 for everyone. The Giants beating Washington tore down every pick'em. That was good. Ethan Evans is on for the punt here on 4th and 14 from the 20-yard line. Fair catch is called for on an end-over-end kick at the 35. C.J. Stroud going to look to his sidelines here to get Kymie Fairbairn in range, a guy who has been Mr. Inconsistent. That is not a nickname you want to develop. Forget who it was against that he missed like a 30-yard chip shot to tie the game. And they never got the ball back in a disappointing loss. Stroud, though, going to have to work here for about 25 to 30 yards to give his kicker a chance. Off the play action. Firing this one left sideline. Knocked away, incomplete. And that leaves just 14 ticks of the clock here in quarter number 2. Been a while since I've been consistently at these streams. It's all good. Don't even worry about it. I'll be live tomorrow and the next day as well. Sunday and Monday Night Football. 2nd and 10 for C.J. Stroud. Been fancying the empty here in the second quarter. And he will fire this one down the field in stride. It's hauled in by Dalton Schultz. What a play. Into field goal range. And the final timeout will be used with 2 seconds left in the second quarter. Thought for a second they were going to use it, but glad they waited, actually. So this will be the final play of the half. Terrific 20-second drill from C.J. Stroud. Cameron Curl there, the former Commander, saves a touchdown. But Houston looking for more points before the break here. Takedale is not playing now. And that means Kymie Fairbairn has a shot from 53. Looking to put Houston up a full touchdown before halftime, and this one is wide right, no good. And that'll take us to the break. Houston still ahead by 4, disappointingly. Wanted it to be a little bit lengthier, as then we'll kick off to the Rams to begin the second half. And that is Kymie Fairbairn incarnate from last year. Yeah, unfortunately, I was thinking about Takedale. I'm glad I looked, actually. I didn't really think about that until I saw questionable next to his name. I'm like, how bad could it be? Then I remembered the injury and the time that he got hurt last year, and I'm like, well, maybe he'll take some extra time to recover, and rumor has it he may miss the entire season, depending on his healing. Prayers up for him, though. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Returned up to the 27-yard line to begin the Rams' second half. Well, they have led twice in this game, 3-0 and 10-7. Currently trail by 4 in a game that has now seen 3 lead changes and no one tie. Second half underway here. From the 27-yard line, Kyron Williams looking for the football back. After a pretty good first half up the middle, this game will continue nicely for him with a near 10-yard pickup. Schultz back. Oh, no. This is a new Jolt account, I can tell. 9.5-yard pickup. Stafford from the gun. Extra blitzer coming, picked up, and a check down, caught by Devontae Adams, breaking away from one tackler, and swarmed after a gain of 10. How about that? What up, Landon Holder? Good play there for the LA Rams. Still eyeing the lead back. We'll see if they can get it. Stafford looking to keep up his consistency here. On the RPO right side, caught by Puka Nacua. And that's a man you do not want to tackle him right now. Looking to make a big impact defensively. What up, Notorious Potato? Or see ya, actually. You're heading out. Glad you could stick with us here. A little bit of stream lag. We're good, though. Always got to have one of those at some point. Back to it here. Field stripes, 6-man rush coming, and that forces an errant pass from Matthew Stafford. Tutu Atwell was the intended target that time, so no avail. Did not work out too well. Yeah, what if Bolt was always just a figment of our imagination? What up, Noah Heron? Watching the AGT opener right now. Let's go. Full receiver set here on 3rd and 7. And that means Matthew Stafford looking to uncork one deep here, stepping up in the pocket toward the sideline. Coming back for it is Puka Nacua. Fairly close there, Luca. You still got a chance, though. Puka Nacua with a big chain-moving reception. All right, we have polar opposite picks in chat now. I like it. Rams looking for the 4th lead change of this one. A back and forth affair between two divisional representatives last season. The NFC West and the AFC South champions. Here is a catch for Tyler Higbee. Up to the 31. Kind of always felt bad for the Rams fans. I'm sure they're going to show out in week 1, but obviously couldn't host their playoff game in their own city due to the wildfires in Los Angeles. Glad, though, those are behind us. Tragic tale in January. I'm sure this team also happy to be back in front of their home fans. Stafford back down the middle, caught by Higbee again. And Azeez Al-Shire brings them down after a 6-yard pickup. He'll be back from suspension after his devastating hit on Trevor Lawrence last season. Ugly, ugly play. Best receiving core in the league? Not sure if it's the best. It's up there, though. The dangerous duo. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams at the top of the screen. And as I mentioned it, Puka Nacua is in motion. Pass down the middle, caught by Devontae Adams, putting him on an island. Was a good decision. 6-yard pickup into the red zone. Rams are marching here. Ravens and Rashad untouched. I don't think so. Got to be the Bengals still, right? Midway through the 3rd quarter, LA has possessed the ball the entire period, and a handoff is to Williams. That'll continue up to the 16-yard line with a 3-yard pickup. Trying to figure out who Jolt actually is. Could be a Scooby-Doo episode. I mean, the account was created today, so this may take longer than we think. That's out there for reference. Stafford now barking out orders to his O-line and receivers. Dropping back, pressure coming, and he is collapsed upon again at the 25-yard line. Daniil Hunter got him down for a 9-yard loss. He's starting to feast. This is his 2nd year now with the Houston Texans, the longtime Minnesota Viking. So Atwell steps out at the 1. Oh, he should have had that one. Luco, 1st and goal now from the 1.5-yard line. Handoff to Williams, and he will cap off a brilliant 5-minute and 17-second drive. A thing of absolute beauty. What a drive from Matthew Stafford in this Rams offense. Tutu Atwell got him down to the 1. And Kyron Williams will finish off the drive. Stafford high stepping over to his bench. Little lag, yeah, I'm noticing that right now. Trying to fix that here on my end. I think my hotspot just turned off on my laptop. So trying to figure out if I can connect to that real quick. That'll probably help the lag on the stream. Should be good to go. Joshua Carty on for the extra point. He will knock this one up and through to complete the third lead change in favor of the Rams, or the fourth actually now in total. All right, stream was looking kind of iffy right there for a minute, but we should be just fine. Now is a good time, though, to throw out the live poll, which I will do in every game, no matter the score or the situation. Tend to throw this out in the third quarter on who you guys think is going to win the game based on the score and the scenario. Will the Texans take it? Will the Rams hang on? Or, of course, the all-favorite tie. Vote now. Braxton Berrios on the return from the 5-yard line, and he is tackled at the 25. Taken down by a couple of tacklers there. And that means C.J. Stroud's got to go 75 yards if he wants to lead back, or, of course, could take a field goal for the tie. Let me know, chat. Are we back now? Or we don't have any crazy stream lag? I think stream's on about a 5-second delay from real time, which is very, very good. Should be all right. 2:40 left in the third quarter. C.J. Stroud back to it. Disappointing end to their last drive there in 19 seconds. Ends in a missed field goal. Handoff here is to Joe Mixon, though, spinning free. And he takes himself down with momentum after an 8-yard pickup. We back? All right. Good, good. The goal this year, fingers crossed to knock on wood, is to have 0 streams lag out. I have a new LAN cable, so that should hold us down for a little bit. An 8-yard pickup for the 2-touchdown score today. Looking for the hat trick. Spins off of 1 tackle, but is shut down for a 2-yard loss eventually. Kobe Turner in there with the initial hit. Might be a hot take, but I think C.J. Stroud's a game manager. See, I don't agree with that particularly. He's got too good of a deep ball in him. Especially his rookie year. He was unleashing that thing. And that brings up 3rd and 4. Rams going to bring some extra pressure here, and it's going to get home. Stroud is devoured. Omar Speights and Quentin Lake will split a sack. And a brilliant day for Omar Speights continues. That actually might go fully to Quentin Lake. We'll see how they score it in postgame. Top 13. I don't mind it. Yeah, he had no time. Above average, but not glazingly crazy. Good take. Tommy Townsend back on for the punt. Getting this one away cleanly. Special teams have been pretty solid so far this season. Not a lot of miscues. Rams will take back over after their second stop of the day. I do remember the Jets game last year. Yeah, I'm a lot more cognitive of keeping my PlayStation not at 1,000,000,000 degrees, not playing 8 hours of college football and jumping straight into a stream nowadays. So that is something I intend to keep a little bit more mindful. We'll see what happens. Mike Gardner, appreciate you, boss. Glad to have you here. In the final minute of the third quarter, Rams with the football and the lead. For the first time today, outside pass is hauled in by Higbee. It'll scamper for 2. Up to the 38-yard line. Okay, maybe it's just my stream that looks kind of like very shaky. Very pixelated. Hopefully it's a little bit clearer on your end. 2-yard check down there to Higbee from under center. Stafford struggled to pull a football away there. That was a dangerous pass as well to Higbee. And he will get up very slowly after that one. Oof. See it from time to time too. Okay, well, not much can be done about that. Let me refresh on my end and see if I can get something good going here. On a 3rd and 8. From the 38-yard line, Higbee is in motion. They targeted twice, 1 completion on this drive. Stafford airing this one out, double coverage, knocked away, incomplete. That's a brilliant play downfield by Kalen Bullock. All right. Yeah, it just seems like it's running in like 720p right now. Might just be my end. And Ethan Evans back on for a punt, so both defenses now beginning to step up here. Braxton Berrios has some room to return, and he cannot overcome the tackle at the 19-yard line. Stroud back to it. As we approach the fourth quarter, take a look at the live poll. 9 votes in, 7 of the 9 in favor of the LA Rams to win the game. All right. Respectable. I like it. Yeah, we need a new Madden halftime, I would agree. Should be our final play of the third quarter here. C.J. Stroud from the 19-yard line. Looking for a game-winning drive. Down the field, delivers this one complete to his new target, Jaden Higgins. All right. And the rookie makes an impact play. Let me just double-check to make sure that is his number. Yeah, we're good. Shout out NFL roster guru for getting us right. As we head to the fourth quarter, Texans trail by 3, but could easily tie based on the momentum of this drive. Heading into the final 8 minutes. Into the sun now. Go the Houston Texans. Handoff is to Joe Mixon looking to break away. A terrific carry on his 11th go. We got another Panther fan in here. How about that? SM will be happy. I think we ran into another one of those, actually, not too long ago. So that's very exciting. Wish halftime had a real reporter with a real character on screen. Me too. Back into enemy territory are the Houston Texans. Another handoff to Joe Mixon. Swarm for a 2-yard loss. Kobe Turner making moves again. Okay, cool. I put the stream back into 1080p, and it looks crisp now. As I say that, it deteriorates. Whatever. SM smells a pick. Oh, boy. Second down and a dozen. Nico Collins had a very quiet second half here, looking to get started, but not before Joe Mixon gets another rush. His third consecutive goes for nothing. To no avail that time. What up, Kasim? We got another Bear fan in chat. How about that? Glad to have you in here for the fourth quarter. And a huge play coming up. Houston not quite into comfortable field goal range. Fairbairn missed from 53 earlier at the end of the half. So Stroud, with work to do off his back foot, going to have to fire this one incomplete. That was just never going to work out, was it? Fellow Bear fan showing off the bear down emo. Let's go. I actually had ChatGPT make that for me. Believe it or not. Some simple work. Tommy Townsend on for the punt, looking to pin the Rams here. From the 44, this punt shanked out of bounds, and it'll end up at the 20. All right. Already developing beef in chat. Let's go. Straight into it. How about that? You'll love to see it. Rams, though, looking to keep this game in their hands with the football in their possession as long as possible. Texans, though, only a step behind. Looking for the football back here. Could they force a turnover? They hope so. Handoff is to Williams, and he is down after a 2-yard pickup. Boy, that animation right there made me think the football was loose magically. I really thought it was. Oof. Not sure if we have any Texan fans in here. We had a Rams fan in here earlier, though, I know for a fact. 2-yard pickup sets up 2nd and 8. Former Raider, Jet, and longtime Packer Devontae Adams is in motion. Check down to Tyler Higbee, fighting forward, and ends up neutralized at the 27-yard line. Azeez Al-Shire, another great tackle. Yeah, I fully expect Carolina to win the NFC South. I don't care how of a take that is. I believe in them. 10-7. They'll take the division this year. 3rd and a precious pair of yards here. From the 27-yard line, and a humongous tackle for loss delivered. And let's see who that is. Tim Settle Jr. Wow. That was definitely some poor offensive line mechanics. Texans don't care, though. That works out nicely. Ethan Evans on for the punt. Getting this one away. And will not be returned for Braxton Berrios. Fair cut at the 35-yard line. 4:40 to go for C.J. Stroud, looking to tie or take the lead for the third consecutive possession. An offensive affair has become very defensive-minded. How about that? Well, some new faces in chat today. If you guys would like to join the Discord for score and schedule updates, feel free at the pinned comment. Crucial drive underway here, though, in week one for C.J. Stroud. High ball is incomplete. Nico Collins was in between jumping and remaining on planet Earth, and unfortunately for him, that'll cost him a minimal 5-yard gain. What up, A-Rod? Jumping right into it with a turnover prediction. We are yet to see one today. Will we have our first? Not a promising start, though, from C.J. Stroud on a humongous drive. Dropping back from center, checking this one down, caught up the sideline. Christian Kirk picks up nearly a full 10. 3rd and inches from the 44, just about where their previous drive ended. Took some allergy meds. Now I truly sense a turnover. Okay, so it wasn't just the allergies that were making you smell it. I like that. 4.5 to go. Huge play here on 3rd and inches. Joe Mixon converts and then some across the midfield stripe. Can't smell an interception if the football's in the hands of a running back. Big first down. I smell overtime. I don't know about you guys. That's what my nose is telling me. Big conversion there, though, for this Houston offense. Now in the driver's seat. Stroud going deep downfield, knocked away. And a crucial pass is broken up. It had to be for Quentin Lake. Joe Mixon runs like Adrian Peterson. I don't know if I go that far. AP had his own, I guess, stylistically, sure. I can agree with you on that. Stroud looking for the deep ball. Knocked away, incomplete, 2nd and 10, right back down the middle. There's Christian Kirk with the extension, just a couple of inches short. And again, a huge play on 3rd and minimal. Runs like Mike Allstott. That's a throwback, you know. Good take. This game could have had 24-17 rims, just like EG Pro. True. Once again, it is 3rd and inches. This time, Stroud looking to throw this one down the field. It is caught. Coming back for it is Nico Collins at the 21-yard line. Houston putting the pedal down to the floor here. Tired of playing the Rams' defensive games. Not going to give in with 3 to go. Stroud now working with Pierce to his left and Mixon to his right. Extra protection, steps up in the pocket. He will take off. Looking to do it himself, sliding at the 4-yard line. What a play. 17-yard scamper. And Houston has it 1st and goal. 12 feet away from a go-ahead touchdown. He might be K1. You just never know. Joe Mixon looking for his 3rd touchdown. Stroud looking for his first passing. Stepping up, and he's going to have one rushing instead. What a drive for Houston. They take the lead late in the 4th quarter. What a play. C.J. Stroud back-to-back rushes for 17 and 4 yards, and that one gives the Texans a late lead in Inglewood. Josh Allen-esque, some might say. Some may agree with that one. Wow. However, the Rams do have plenty of time for an answer. Fairbairn is on for the point after attempt. And a crucial one at that. He'll knock this one up and through. Texans lead by 4 once again. 2:22 left in this one. Well, the Rams had a chance to beat the eventual Super Bowl champs on the road. Matthew Stafford led one heck of a final drive before his offensive line gave up on him in Eagle territory. Rams versus Commanders NFC Championship game. What a game that would have been. Man, would have been quite entertaining. Second quarter, Knicks up 49-46. I expect a very close game throughout for that one. Rams looking for a quick response here. How about on special teams? Not this time. Good return, though, up to the 30. Matthew Stafford begins a huge game-winning drive here in the fourth quarter. One of the best college quarterbacks, actually, in NFL history is Matthew Stafford. And now the poll's starting to lead a little bit more towards Houston's side, as it should. They have a late lead here in the fourth quarter. But the veteran and the Super Bowl 56 champion behind the helm, checking this one down to Puka Nacua. And he is set back at the 38-yard line, which will take us to the 2-minute warning. Houston 21, Los Angeles 17, anybody's game. Heading into the final 120 seconds, the witching hour is upon us from sunny California. Here we go. Puka Nacua picks up 8 more big ones right before the 2-minute warning. 4-man rush for this coming this time. That pass almost picked off. Almost had our game-changing play right there. Trying to see who that was in coverage. Christian Harris was the closest Houston Texan to the football. Holy concussion, get Puka Gatorade. That looked like it hurt. Yes, it did. Should be 4-down territory here for the LA Rams. Don't want it to have to come to that, though, on 3rd and 2. Stafford going deep, almost intercepted. Back-to-back near picks for Houston. Although they make the stop on 3rd down. That was almost bad. And they should go for it here. Let's see. Yes, they will. What does Sean McVay have up his sleeve on a 4th and 2 from the LA Ram 38-yard line? Stafford right back from under center. Finds his new target, Davante Adams, and the drive continues. Big play for Matthew Stafford. Timeout Rams, 1:49 to go in the fourth quarter. That was quite easy. A little bit too easy, some might say. Houston with the bend don't break mentality. It is touchdown or bust on this drive after all. As the Texans drop back into coverage again, through a swarm, it's hauled in by Atwell. And a moving of the chains up to the Texan 43. I couldn't even see the football through that chaos. I just saw Tutu Atwell come out with it when it was all said and done. What a play. Into the final 90 seconds now. Rams are in the no huddle. Don't have to be in too much of a hurry, though, with the 2 timeouts. And this time, Houston brings pressure, and it gets home again. Christian Harris has got Stafford. 7-yard sack to midfield, and advantage Houston. Whoa. Maybe it's mind games from D'Amico Ryans. Don't send a blitz until they expect you to drop back in coverage. What a play there. And now it's going to be an uphill battle in the final minute of the fourth quarter. Blitz coming again, and again Christian Harris gets home. Back to back for the Houston defense. Wow. You got to protect your guy. Make him roll out. Can't just drop straight back in the pocket. What a play. 3rd and 23, and the Rams burn their second timeout. How about that? Rams down to their final timeout, 3rd and 23. Looking to get at least a chunk back here. From their own 44-yard line, Stafford hit as he throws, but does deliver an 8-yard pickup. Oh, man. And again, it's the same problem they had at the end of last year. Stafford just doesn't have the time. Man. What up, Skeptic? Skeptic returns. What up, TJ? And this is the game-deciding and game-defining play. 4th and 16. Stafford going deep, and this pass is intercepted. Picked off and returned past the 45-yard line by Kalen Bullock. And that's it. Wow. What an ending to this one. And the Houston Texans pull off the Week 1 upset Same problems as the end of last year for the LA Rams. No protection on the final drive for Matthew Stafford. Get that man in O-line before he retires midseason. Anticlimactic ending. I disagree. I thought that was a very good ending. Good grudge match of field position, and eventually the defensive smartness and intuitivity of the Houston Texans won that one. What a game. And this is supposed to be the worst of the 3 games coming up here in this end of week 1 stretch. Stafford will have to watch C.J. Stroud in victory formation on the sideline, and they will stubbornly take a timeout here. And while we are on the topic, Splash Gordon jumps in here, make the Texans look like the Eagles maybe a little bit there. We have a terrific marquee matchup tomorrow between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills at 8 p.m. Eastern. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen under the bright lights in week 1. Will not want to miss it. You got to be there, as Stroud will take his final kneel down. And the boos coming out in Inglewood, as they should for that offensive line. Man, oh man. Brutal ending to this one. Time is going to run out for the LA Rams, and the Houston Texans are 1-0. A week 1 upset on the road in LA. 21-17 final from Inglewood. Wonderful game, though. Truth be told, back and forth, we had 5 lead changes. When it was all said and done, C.J. Stroud's 4-yard rushing touchdown was the difference maker. Appreciate a really, really great return stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. 2 big games coming up in the next couple of nights. Sunday Night Football and Monday night. You got the Vikings and the Bears on Thursday. Hope to see everybody there, and I will see you all